got the whole soul up.
What the fuck? Fuck, man. Fuck.
Tripping, I'ma shoot off his feet. I've been really fucking macking. Fucked her in the attic. Baby gave me top while I was swanking up in traffic. I've been really on the block, sweeping with this mop. Screaming fuck 12 cause it's really fuck the cops. I've been really trying to get it. Cooking like the kitchen. Blue face hunters got my Ben Franklin crippin'. I've been really on a mission, trying to get this chicken. Bands in my jeans got me walking like I'm limping. This I'm really dripping, shooting like I'm pippin'. Bird got the whole soul up, mind your business. Falling like a scrimmage. My niggas really with it. $1,000,000 macking on my clothes, bitch, I'm fitted. Stop playing with me. Black boy money, say you already know what it is. Nigga, freak Lizzie, freak Chester though, bitch. Freak Chester though, bitch. Freak Lizzie too though. I already know what it is, man. All of the back shit, I'm talking my shit. Yeah, bitch.
Oh my God, 52. Jesus. 2, 4, 6.
Coach, autumn has come to New England. No place like it on earth this time of year. We are at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the New England Patriots. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get started. Let's go.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here we go. On the bench. Get ready. 56.
They're going to look to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
You got 3 down. Big ass.
Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
5 motherfucking superstars. 5 motherfucking superstars.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big run there, 29 yards to the first.
That looked like the 2 deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners,
you see the nigga not click on the
in
nigga?
about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you would have got on him, I would have been gone. He ain't trying to go to niggas.
Check 50, check 50. Showing it.
I wish I had motherfucking Brady.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
He's crashing. He's checking.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. They'll try to run it in, Michel. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There's no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Get ready. At their own 35-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check three.
Now Bell.
Yeah, nigga, ain't no winning, nigga. Ain't no fucking winning. You better throw the ball.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Ain't no fucking winning.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
You.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out.
I'm going to come back to you. Mike 56. Hey, tight.
He'll drop to throw.
Yeah, I'm on your ass,
to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Rush in. Check. Anyway, crunch. Under 10.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's Peterson to throw on 2nd down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And this is picked up by the Saints. And some space here. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That's it. Big hit.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Looking to throw. Peterson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Pull it together. Check 26, check 26. Check safety, check safety. Check 34.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Check the backer, check the backer. Let's go, let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Peterson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, 53, check 53. You must be dreaming. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Back to throw. Peterson looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Holloway. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check, check.
Run for Pollard. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready. 53's Mike. Time to go. Night. Mike, 53. Screen. Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. He's coming. Double it. He's coming. Double up.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard.
Good shit, Dallas.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Okay.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
49, check 49, check 49. Hey, check 24, watch 24.
Looking to throw. Peterson. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Watch the shit. Check 3. Watch twist.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard gave a glimpse of his quick feet, but not a whole lot of space down at the 30. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Peterson looking to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure.
Let me go. Let me go, nigga. Let me go.
Touchdown.
Get up those
Patriots. Sony Michel, his second touchdown
Playmaker.
on the season. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio.
nickname is Fly,
And the lead is
man.
now 10-7.
Mac boy. We gonna pull up.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
This much shit right here.
They've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run it with Bell. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
No more free throws.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
I can't run that way. This nigga got superstars all on the motherfucking D-line. Oh, I got 44 seconds left.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. 18 big yards on that one. And a New England first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Peterson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And that will be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, it's Bell. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
56 to Mike. 56.
This is Bell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back. But now, I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool him a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool him on that play.
This nigga got all this speed on offense and don't even try to...
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Bell. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible to something a little more advantageous.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
I'm trying to get that nigga to tell me. Always moving around, nigga.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he finds a man in the crossing route. And some room to work. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And they'll try Michelle here running on the right side. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll run with Pollard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And they will run it with Michelle. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get.
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots have retaken the lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Bell with a 1st down carry there as he'll get about 4 out of that. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead.
At the 40-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
56. 56, right there, 56.
2nd and 6.
Oh, fucking foul me!
And he'll have it past midfield
Right there by
almost
that
to the
bump
40
shit.
before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route.
Right on right.
Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Bell running on first down, but he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
3 bucks.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Nice, sweet.
56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
56. Check 56. No chance. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Silver.
Hayward. 6. Mike, go.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check it out, please. Check 37. Switch it. Come on, switch it. I know you want to try to run.
The give is to Bell. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2nd and 3. He'll find Metcalf. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I know my niggas tired. This nigga want to run the same play over and over again, like a fucking bum. I'm trying to stop the run. I got to stay in
quarter,
I got to stay in
final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Nigga. Let's stop.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. Bell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Bell. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Le'Veon Bell, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. They do tack on the extra point as well, so it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line.
Huh?
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
This nigga put his linebacker all the way the fuck out. This is stop the fucking run.
Bang, bang,
On first down, Pollard. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Back to throw. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Pollard.
Yeah, you see how he click up on the nigga?
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41.
Nigga, it's different, though. You trying the nigga.
5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
On the nigga. What? Nigga's gay, bro. Gay ass shit.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Check, 59.
I can't believe they let you play.
Back to throw.
Get the fuck out of bounds.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So a big one coming now for Giorgio Tavecchio. This to potentially send us to overtime.
Nigga, ice me.
And that is no good. Wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And, of course, this is a win they're going to hang their hat on. They go on the road and defeat the defending Super Bowl champs.
Partner, they came, they saw, they conquered.
They conquered.
But before all that happened with the conquering part, they believed. They thought it all week. It was evident when we talked to them before the ball game that they thought they could get this done, and they knew exactly how, had a plan, formulated it, and then executed it. That's a big-time win to take down the defending Super Bowl champs.
So for the Saints, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Look at this shit. This nigga just 65 yards passing, man. Look how poor efficient is. This nigga ran the ball 7 times. Passed the ball 7 times. Nigga, why you trying to turn my shit? Why you trying to turn my shit? Nigga, you gonna play some shit I don't wanna listen to, nigga. Play what? Play what, nigga? Nigga, play what? Okay, bro.
Here's another. Officials are instructed. What do they have? Orlando for Jonathan. Mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play. As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg. Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. Just a youngster.
By communicating, there he is.
Midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the pick.
Can't play this shit no more, bro. This game is just trash, man. It's trash, nigga. I do so much. Nigga ain't even did shit. The nigga throw for 65 fucking yards. Nigga throw for 65 fucking yards. 67 yards. And the nigga still win, bro. That shit, man. Shit tough. Shit tough. Who? Who that?
Scott Storch? Remember Scott Storch?
Nope.
That nigga made all the hits like all the Lil Wayne songs, nigga. Like all the 2000 hits, bro. He made all the beats for it.
Mhm.
That nigga made all the hits.
Why is he stupid though?
That nigga went broke. That nigga blew 100 million.
100 million?
I came back and did Roddy Ricch single I just lost my dog.
Oh, he did. He came out and did that one?
Yeah, he had to do another song.
Damn.
What would you say if people asked you to run it down?
It's difficult. It's 25 years of work. So, some of the, you've got some of the early highlights, and then there's, I moved on to like Beyonce.
You making
shit. He did everybody.
Myself and I.
Well, I know you're a producer, but you gotta talk to the mic. You know.
Nigga always talking shit, trying to be smart.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
A lot of records.
Oh, he did make it rain too.
Yeah, it's hard to pin it down, but been in the game for a minute.
But that's the reason for the documentary, because like when they mention like greatest producers of all time, your name doesn't really get thrown in the mix like maybe it should.
Yeah, I got a lot of records. Actually, I was talking to Swiss about that. I told him I was going to smoke that today. You know what I'm saying? So it's about to go down.
So you want to do a
Yeah.
battle against Swiss?
No, he's been carrying me up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the homie. But it's just the kind of thing where people have this perception of me as like some like douchey dude that like was messed up on coke and this and that, which I was for a while, but that's not who I am anymore. You know what I mean? That's something that anybody could go through. You know what I mean?
I used to think of you as like a talented Scott Disick. Like Scott, if Scott could do beats, that's what I would think.
You know what's crazy? Like during the course of pretty much my whole career as
Oh my god, I don't even want to say good game, bro. It don't make no fucking sense, nigga. Don't make no fucking
stopped
sense.
making beats when I started with the other shit.
Yeah, I heard that in your documentary. Like you got introduced to it.
Yeah. Hollywood found it.
Do you hate the person that introduced you to cocaine?
Yeah, I mean,
Then they got him cocaine, bro, and blew 100 million.
I hate those that went along with it, and I had all these yes men.
I low-key thought Tone, I think Tone was blowing money on that shit too. That nigga Tone told me that nigga went to nigga Tone told me he went to Isaiah, his homeboy wedding nigga. Them niggas doing coke. Tone said he did coke with that nigga.
Who did coke with who?
That nigga Tone do coke. That nigga Tone did coke before.
Who is Isaiah though?
Isaiah is that nigga buff. He kind of buff. This is you probably don't remember it.
Nigga, he was his best man.
Nigga, he was a
Why Tone doing coke though? What's the fuck wrong with him?
Nigga Tone told me nigga I went to Isaiah bachelor party and shit, and nigga it was like out of the country some shit and like, niggas don't go. Nigga told me nigga we did some coke and shit.
Tone fucked up in the head, nigga. That's why that nigga so cool for Cocoa Puffs. I gotta turn this scream off, nigga.